And Aaron, you can chat.
Heads.
What do we got there? We got a head. Turks and Caicos have won the toss. Right, first of all, welcome to the big stage.
Thank you very much. We certainly appreciating being in the big stage and our first time having this opportunity to perform.
What are you going to do?
We're going to bat first.
And why that choice?
Well, we feel that our batting, if we have a good start, we can provide a good total for our bowlers so that they can take up advantage of a good score.
And you've got a side which is a little bit older than most, but lots of experience.
Yes, sir. Our side is a little bit older because there are not much youths in Turks and Caicus who is involved in the game at the moment. So we have to sort of pick what we get at the moment.
Okay. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you very much, sir.
Davin, what were you going to do if you'd won the toss?
I was going to have a bat. I think it's similar to the wickets we have back home, and we would have had a bat.
Now, you guys have been preparing this for a long, long time. You pretty pumped up for tonight?
Yes, we are. We didn't do as well last year as we should have, but we saved a little face, being that the team that beat us won the championship. So we were pretty okay.
So the just under 10,000 people in Montserrat all tuned in and right behind you guys this evening.
We're raring to go, and we're not going to disappoint tonight.
And what about your team? You've got some youngsters in your lineup. You've gone for the youth angle.
Yes, I mean, since the Stanford initiative, more youths have been becoming involved in the sport, and that's a good thing for us, especially for a senior person like me. I'm just here to help them and guide them. So thanks again to Mr. Stanford.
Okay, Davin, wish you all the best, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's the news in the middle. Turks and Caicos, the newcomers to Stanford 2020, have won the toss, and they're going to bat.
Quite an interesting decision from Turks and Caicos. Well, it's a fairly old team, the Turks and Caicos team. They've got Carlton Son, there's a 50-year-old in their team, but then they've got Matthews, former Guyana under 19 wicket-keeper batsman in their lineup. And for Montserrat, a lot will be expected of the captain himself, Devon Williams, and Lionel Baker, a former West Indies under 19 seam bowler. Well, he might have a feel right.
It's going to be very interesting to see how they go. Turks and Caicos, of course, in the Northern Caribbean, and not really considered part of the cricketing Caribbean until now. Don't participate in the official West Indies Cricket Board tournaments. So we're ready for the first match that the Turks and Caicos are going to play in this competition. And let's go to landscapes for the official opening.
Turks and Caicos and Montserrat. Let's get it on!
So the bowler is Lionel Baker, who has I suppose, in a manner of speaking, a feather in his cap recently. Played for the Leeward Islands, also represented the West Indies youth team, Lionel Baker, and in a Caribbean series match recently over in St. Martin, produced a delivery which fractured the forearm of Brian Lara, playing for Trinidad and Tobago. Lara out for 6 weeks with that injury. In one of the other territories. Nice looking shot, just pushed away on the offside. They'll get a second. Or maybe a contract with an English club. We'll bring him on, Baker.
That's an edge, and it's out. Terrific stuff from Lionel Baker. That's exactly what Fitzroy wanted, the Montserrat coach. They've got an early breakthrough, and the celebration started. The crowd, of course, are delighted. You've got some support here at Montserrat, Fitzroy, so you'll be pleased to hear that. That's exactly what they wanted. There's a bit of movement in this middle. The element of surprise the ball before, maybe just got him camping on the back foot a little bit. Thick outside edge and a simple catch taken in the slips. And understandably, Lionel Baker is delighted with that early wicket.
Nice shot. Very well played away. And he loses possession of it. It goes for 4. So boundary Nice looking shot off the legs. Ash's first boundary of the innings.
Well, it's disappointing, and he'd be disappointed as well, because he had to make a lot of ground to get around and did well to get there, and then went down. And as he went down, just lost control, and that can happen. That can happen.
Have to hurry here. And home quite comfortably in the end.
Well, I want to say to the West Indians selectors, if you're sitting watching Stanford 2020 and you're watching Lionel Baker bowl, take out the pen and make a note and get him in your squad. Get him in as quick as you can and work with him. Work with him fast.
Well, the two of them here, Gordon Greenidge and Andy Roberts, are two of the legends, so they're two of the selectors. And the other selector is Clyde Butts, and he won't be watching because he's on his way to Malaysia with the West Indies youth team for the World Cup.
He's given him. Lionel Baker's got number 2. He took his time, had a good look at it. He had to make his mind up. Was it too high, Tony Cozier? That's the big question. They love it. The bowler, of course, loves it. I'm not sure the batsman likes it very much.
Well, the umpire is Clyde Duncan, and he is an international umpire. Clyde Duncan took his time, as you say. Here it is. You just wonder why he took his time. That's going to take the off stump out of the ground. Clyde Duncan, an international umpire from Guyana. In fact, he's off to the Youth World Cup as well. He's umpiring there, so he'll be leaving next week. Rohan Ash out for 9, 17 for 2.
Great shot, great piece of timing. It does little to rouse the crowd, who might be mostly Montserrat, but it's a lovely piece of timing from Matthews.
That's a lovely shot. This is called a square drive. The seam upright going away, stood up tall off the front foot and just forward of point.
A little bit of... Yes, he's given it. It looked okay. It swung in the air. There's a little bit of curve for Semper, and it seemed to be heading leg side, and it straightened. Did it straighten enough? Did it curve enough?
But it looked good from here, and it looked good to the umpire. He hasn't given many tonight, but look at that. It's pitched about off stump and just went away to the leg side just a fraction, but he thought that one was out and he gave it out. I thought there was a little doubt in seeing the replay, but Arian Charles has gone for 4. It is 27 for 3.
Oh, it's a hike through the leg side, but it's an effective one. It's a good shot from John. He's a big man, he's a strong man, and he got a lot of bat onto it.
Just a fraction short. It was an off break. It was turning in from the offside and coming back in towards him, and he pulled it through the leg side like a rocket, actually. Raced away to the fence, so that's a boundary. 4 runs to him. Takes him to 5, and he's faced 8 deliveries.
It's the thing about batting. I mentioned the other night that fielding usually maybe comes a little bit easier for a lot of teams because of the outdoor nature of life in many countries.